to ask you how physical appearance can affect our confidence. Sometimes we look messy, sometimes we look good. So, how it affects our confidence level while speaking to someone?
Own gestures. Sometimes people they just have tight hands and they do not know what to do with their hands while speaking,
Yeah.
especially on stage. So that these images they project an image to your audience, how much confident
Mm.
you are. So there guide them if you're talking to a person and you feel that you cannot make an eye contact, you are feeling too nervous, just look here. Do not look in the eyes. You can either look
Okay.
here, and if you are on stage or in front of a larger audience and you cannot make an eye contact, look over the head. So that will give
Hmm.
an idea, that will make the other person feel that you are looking at them.
Hello, good morning. How are you? Welcome to the
Good
session.
morning. Good morning, Priyanka. Thank you so much for having me on your channel. It's such a pleasure.
Okay. So please tell me, how are you? How are you doing? How's everything in your life?
Well, I am fit as a fiddle and I am working towards achieving my goals and slowly as a tortoise reaching there, I guess.
Okay. And I would say, as usual, you are looking so pretty today in white.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the compliments.
And your background has already changed. Have you done something here?
Yeah, I have revamped this space a bit. So,
Mm-hmm.
and made it a little warm and welcoming. I'm glad that you liked
Yeah.
it. How are you
Yes,
doing?
it's so nice. Yeah, I'm doing well. Things are really well only. Yeah.
Yeah, and your mind gets a bit distracted from work when you are
Yes.
surrounded with family members and your focus is on
Right.
recreation and enjoyment more.
Yeah. Okay. So today I have an interesting topic.
Right.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you
Yeah.
are.
So today I have an interesting topic I want to discuss with you. The topic is how body language can enhance your communication skill. And first, tell me, like, what is the importance of body language?
Body language. Well, when you talk about body language is important in communication, especially when you are communicating with your audience face to face. So obviously
Hmm.
communication is three types of communication is there. One is written, where your words matter the most. Then one is like podcast, where your voice, you have to bring everything in your voice modulation because people can't see
Hmm.
you. Then another one is public face to face communication. There the body language matters a lot because your actions speak louder than words. So
Yes.
whatever you have in your mind, the first impressions that go to the person are through your body language. How
Yeah.
much confident you are feeling, whether you are making the eye contact or not. Are you comfortable with your own gestures? Sometimes people they just have tight hands and they do not know what to do with their hands while speaking,
Yeah.
especially on stage. So that these images they project an image to your audience, how much confident
Hmm.
you are. So there are many
Yeah.
aspects to it. First is your facial expressions, your eyes, and then your hand movements, the way you stand. Everything determines how you come across to your audience.
Yeah, so true. And it is all about verbal and non-verbal communications. Whatever we speak, that comes in verbal, and whatever our body speaks, that is in non-verbal. What hand gestures, body movement, eye contact, smile, appearance. So these all are in non-verbal. So I have read in my communication subject also our like our words affect our audience only 7%, other things are related to non-verbal only. So people who are learning this language, they always focus upon speaking, speaking, speaking. They are not focusing upon non-verbal communication. So yes, and smile is also very important part. So what do you think about smile
Smile, I
while
think that
talking to
is the
somebody?
crown. That is the crown. And there are situations that demand how much you should be smiling and how much not. Of course, if it's an interview and if your smile goes way beyond what you should be doing, and in serious
Hmm.
questions, if you keep on smiling,
Yes,
what
something
happened
happened.
there?
I don't know why. Yes, I don't know why I left in this conversation automatically.
Yeah. All right. All right. Anyhow, we'll resume. So,
Yeah.
smile, in interviews, especially, let's take an example of an interview. How much you should
Hmm.
be smiling is also important. If somebody is posing you a very serious question and you are just smiling beyond the basic norms, then you come across as a non serious individual. But if it's a
Yeah.
friendly chat and a networking event and you are very serious, your disposition is very serious, then you can be seen as an unwelcoming individual there. So it
Hmm.
obviously it is in response to the context. So you have to judge what is the context and how much should you be smiling there. And of course it's the crown. So whenever in
Hmm.
casual conversation, smiling, it is definitely recommended and it is welcoming. It makes the other person feel at ease.
Yeah, feel comfortable, yes. And
Yes.
yeah, that is true. Like once one I had a conversation with the tutor. So she asked me which type of person you like. You are having first time call. So which type of person or what are the things you will like in a person? So I said first thing is if the person is smiling, so I would feel more comfortable. Second, nature, like which type of nature the person has, so that is also important. And smile is the first thing we observe and we
You're
see
right.
in the person. Yeah.
Right, I completely agree with you there. Smile is the first thing that we actually pay attention to in a person. And the second
Yes.
is, I think, the handshake. If you
Yeah.
are in a situation where shaking hands, how much firm your handshake should be, or is it very light? Even that has a lot of impact. How much
Right.
firm you should shake your hands with the other person.
Yeah. Yes, how
And
warmly
eye
we
contact
shake.
is the third one. Any person who would not make an eye contact with me while having a conversation, I would definitely not feel like having a conversation with that person, because
Yeah.
somewhere at the back of my mind, I would believe that is considered as a sign of lying. The brain there actually, interprets this gesture as somebody is either lying or is not confident in what they are saying
Yeah.
and they do not believe it.
Hmm.
So that is the third thing that I'll pay attention to while talking to a person.
Yeah, so true. And sometimes it happens with me when I feel uncomfortable with somebody. So I start looking here and there. I don't see. I can't see in the person's eye. And specifically, it happens with people when they are having any call, uh, formal call or formal interview. That time they specifically feel that. So, what are your point? Like how they can remove it?
When I was teaching in school, and children, they are usually very underconfident, especially
Hmm.
in public speaking, and they get intimidated very easily. So,
Yeah.
there I would usually guide them. If you're talking to a person and you feel that you cannot make an eye contact, you are feeling too nervous, just look here, do not look in the eyes. You can either look
Okay.
here, and if you are on stage or in front of a larger audience and you cannot make an eye contact, look over the head. So that will give
Hmm.
an idea, that will make the other person feel that you are looking at them,
You are
especially
looking.
on stage,
Yes.
but you are actually not
Not.
looking at them. For a
Mm-hmm.
larger audience, it works that you also have to shift your gaze. You cannot just
Mm-hmm.
make your gaze at one person only, because that person starts feeling uncomfortable then. But if it's
Mm-hmm.
one to one conversation, so try this method, look here
Mm-hmm.
somewhere, and make the other person feel that you are looking at them slowly. So for the beginning it is good, but slowly eventually you'll start gaining confidence and you'll start making eye contact also. So nothing beats the actual eye contact there, but for just
Mm-hmm.
beginning and building on that confidence, it works.
Right, right. Okay, one more thing I want to ask you, how physical appearance can affect our confidence. Sometimes we look messy, sometimes we look good. So how it affects our confidence level while speaking to someone?
See, the kind of facial features or the face that we have been gifted with, that nobody can change, right? But
Yeah.
there are a lot of other things that are in your hand that you can shape. Grooming.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
any kind of face, personality a person has, person can shape it and make it better by personal grooming. So
Hmm.
have you tidy up your hair and have put on your ironed clothes and not the wrinkly clothes, and pay attention. Especially people ignore their hands, and I particularly personally I dislike big nails and improper nails. And if you
Yeah.
cannot maintain, just trim your nails
Trim your
and
nails.
have
Yeah.
neat hands, because this is something that people actually notice a lot while you talk to them. We feel that they are always looking at our face, but hands is something that they pay attention to a lot. So
Right.
dress up smart, put on iron clothes, pay attention to personal grooming, neat haircut, neat hair, and your hands should be neat, wearing a watch, accessory. I think these things are very important, and do not ignore your shoes. Often we
Yeah.
ignore our shoes, and that is very important. For me, I if I see a person whose shoes are not well polished and not well maintained, I get really put off, because somewhere I feel that person is so lazy that they have
So
just paid
lazy. Yeah.
attention to all the other things and they do not
Hmm.
care about the shoes. So for me
Yeah.
personally, these things are really important.
Yeah, and as I know, I had a conversation with you earlier. So it is your hobby. I think you love grooming.
Yes, I do. I do like to present myself well. In my earlier days, because I have seen both the phases. When I was in university, I was a plain Jane. Uh, in earlier times, there used to be a show called Jassi Jassi Koi Nahi, if you know about it. So the
Okay.
girl was, all plaited, braided hair with oil in her hair and
Mm.
braces and totally big spectacles, totally a bookworm, focused on books. And
Mm-hmm.
I used to be like that.
Okay.
So when I started working, I completely changed my personality, and I noticed the change in the way people treated me around.
Mm-hmm.
And there it
Yeah.
made me realize the importance of grooming yourself, and the way you perceive yourself, the way you put yourself, present yourself to others, it has a lot of impact on how they
Mm.
perceive you. So it completely changes a lot of things around you. So yeah, definitely. I have seen, experienced it firsthand. That's why I pay a lot of attention to it.
Okay. Yeah, got your point. Yeah, and that is important also. If we are in this field, in social influencer kind of field, so we should be presentable always.
Yeah, when I started my journey as a teacher, people used to tell me you're in the wrong profession. You should be a
Why?
you should have been an air hostess or event manager or so, because I used to dress up so well and nicely even to
Hmm.
school and all. And I would think, no, it's mandatory. Wherever you are going, you should be grooming yourself
Be-
and presenting
yes.
yourself beautifully to others.
Yeah. So still are you teaching somewhere or just working from home?
Now I'm working from home. I do take some sessions, some students I have that I teach
Mhm.
online. And in fact, at 12 only, I have a session scheduled,
Okay,
regular
okay. Yeah,
student.
I
Yeah.
can. Okay, then I think now it's time to wrap it up. If you have anything to share or ask, you can ask or share.
I think I have put my points across well. Body language, especially, it is very
Yeah.
important. You pay attention to how you are coming across. Be confident in how you present yourself. Eye contact, smile, your hand gestures, and the way you pose, and especially your shoulders. All this is very important. And of course, to add to it, cherry on top is your personal grooming.
Yeah. Okay, then thank you so much for your nice words. And I hope the people who are watching this video they will enjoy and they will learn the skill of body language. Okay, then thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.